He was the only black graffiti artist at an international event for his craft over the weekend, and a Toronto man says what was done to his mural over the weekend after he left it overnight at the Cambridge Festival. Now, in talking about what happened to his art, Evond Blake was telling me, using words like systemic racism, and what he says is that some white people might not understand that concept because it's not something that they live day in and day out. He says it was the same for him and women's issues until one woman enlightened him.
As a man, I don't know that women, when they're alone in a parking lot at night and there's just them and men, that they have to put keys between their fingers because men will do weird things to them. When she told me that, it changed my life. I had no idea women were targeted all the time. For some strange reason, it doesn't hit home until someone tells you how they live abnormally to cope with that reality, and that messed me up. Here's an abnormality about how I live, which is hopefully will sort of mess somebody up that's watching or hearing. If I go into a store and I have to change, I have to put on glasses, I have to have my car keys in my hand, I have to have a smartphone in my hand and go in that way so that people will see he has money enough to have a car, he has a phone, and it looks like there's house keys on there. Okay, he's a part of society. This guy is not the default thug or the default criminal. I shake it so that they can see that what I'm buying is always on the move. I didn't put it in my pocket. It's not as bad as it used to be. And Canada's nowhere near the States. Please understand that. It's nowhere near that level. They're blatant and tell you don't come into the store. That's a different world. But systemically, what I'm talking about is, recall on aisle 4 and I'm in aisle 4. Can someone please help with tape in aisle 6 and I'm in aisle 6? It's not coincidental. You want to make sure I'm not stealing. And that's how I live. And that is how other black men live. And people think that we're lying. Oh, you just feel that way. That's not really the truth. You guys are just being paranoid. Really? You need to step into our shoes. You really need to know what this thing is. We don't live freed up, constantly overcoming. And that's life. And because we're so good at it, that's why we're primed for greatness. And we're unstoppable because of it. Because we constantly overcome. And the minute that we don't have to overcome, the world will be a better place.